so lonely, broken angel. I'm so lonely.
Naftali Bennett in Jerusalem. Welcome to Hardtalk.
Great to be here, Stephen.
Let's start with politics and personal ambition. It was a very interesting moment for you to decide to reveal to the Israeli public that you want to be Israel's next prime minister. It was hardly helpful to Mr. Netanyahu, was it?
Well, actually what I said was only after the Netanyahu era. I support Prime Minister Netanyahu's government. I'm part of his government. I think he's doing a good job. And I don't think that we need to hasten his departure from the Israeli leadership. I think when things are looking good, we need to keep it that way. But what I did say is that after the era of Netanyahu, yes, I do intend to become prime minister.
Yeah, well, that's a very polite and tactful answer, but let's be real about politics. Mr. Netanyahu is in a big mess right now. He's just had his 7th interview with anti-fraud investigators. Under caution, he may well be facing charges on 2 different matters of alleged scandal in the next few weeks. Your timing was quite deliberate, wasn't it? You, it seems, believe the Netanyahu era, as you put it, may well be coming to an end pretty soon.
No, I don't think so. I think, I know Mr. Netanyahu very well for over 12 years now. He's got strengths, he's got weaknesses, but he's not corrupt. He cares profoundly about Israel, works very hard for Israel. And while we have our disagreements, I think that the Prime Minister is doing a good job. He cares about Israel, and I'm here to support him.
It's not supportive, though, is it? Announcing that you want to be Israel's next prime minister when you know tens of thousands of Israelis are taking to the streets every Saturday night in Tel Aviv demanding that he go. You're simply adding to a sense that an end is coming quite soon for Mr. Netanyahu.
No, I don't think so, and I think the tens of thousands is a bit inflated. I think the overwhelming majority of those demonstrators are from the left and radical left side of the political map. It's legitimate. We're a free nation. You can demonstrate. But I don't think it's really about corruption. I think it's about politics, and they want to replace a good, strong right-wing government with a left-wing government, which, again, it's legitimate, but it's not about corruption.
Well, unless you're saying the Israeli police, and in particular their crack anti-fraud division, are somehow political, then that statement just doesn't hold water, because we know the Prime Minister is suspected of, by this department, fraud, breach of trust, and accepting bribes.
Yeah, but we're only at the phase of investigation, and we know that about 80% of investigations end up without any charges being pressed, and certainly without conviction. So we're long, long away from any sort of thing like that. I think it would be wrong to accuse the Prime Minister of charges that have not even been sent to him. We're only at the investigation stage. It's a very early stage, and I hope for the state of Israel and for Prime Minister Netanyahu, for that matter, that it ends up with nothing.
Well, that's your hope. Let me quote you a recent Channel 10 news report based on leaks from inside the investigation saying that police are expected to sum up their case in 2 weeks and to recommend that Netanyahu be indicted in both cases. Now, if he is indicted, do you believe he has to quit?
Well, Israel is a country with a rule of law, and we don't base our decisions on police recommendations. There's a legal structure where the Department of Justice needs to press charges against Prime Minister Netanyahu, and we're far away from that. I don't think that the fact that the police makes a recommendation should affect anyone. If indeed charges are pressed, that's a point where we'll have to look at things and make...
I'm so lonely, broken